Do you have difficulty sitting still in a meditative state? Is your mind like a lake full of spawning fish jumping over each other? Are you about to say that you will never be able to achieve the peace of mind and meditate properly? You don't have time for meditation? I totally understand. Ever since I learned some healing techniques and Osho's dynamic meditations, I realized that you do not have to be still or even reserve a separate time throughout the day to find yourself in a Zen state. You see, most spiritual teachers are too advanced for beginners, or they have done this switch spontaneously and they later developed some kind of system that did not really help them achieve this Zen state. Luckily, I have some journals and notes from retreats where this switch happened to me, and I know exactly what we did and how it affected me. I can tell you, no matter how advanced I might be, I'm still using these techniques and I still feel their effect. Let me first tell you that I base this video series solely on my experience and my perspective. It's not something I directly read or heard. It's more of a picture put together by randomly picked or materialized puzzles throughout a span of 10 to 15 years. Objective of this learning is not to give you mindfulness, but mindlessness. I do have a basic knowledge of the human anatomy, both from the Western medicine and Ayurvedic perspective. But most of these is my own insight, unless I explicitly say otherwise. If you experience serious emotional state at any point, please seek specialized psychiatric or psychologist help. This series is intended to enhance your already stable state, but not to cure you or heal you from anything. My conviction is that we only truly have the body. Everything else is a decoration and distraction. Our senses are the gateway between the space and our body. They help our body understand the environment it is in. When we are so used to our environment, we start ignoring it and not really perceiving its various elements. And this is where our mind starts to take over. Our mind's main purpose is to solve the problems and the puzzles, to interpret the information that is received through our senses. If our mind doesn't have an external task to do, it will entangle itself in an eternal knot of its own unsolved or self-created conundrums. And this is when we start feeling mentally overwhelmed. My premise is that if we engage our senses more in our daily routine, we will subdue the stormy waves of the ocean of thoughts. I suggest you watch each segment with a week apart from one another and follow the advice throughout that week in order to develop your perception and your awareness. We're gonna cover all 6 senses, and I'll give you a task, perhaps give you also my reasoning for this task. And I will suggest a practice, perhaps something from yoga, to help you enhance that particular sense. Let's go!